everyone. It is Friday, and my brother, Cory, has brought me to a ranch, Tenacity Ranch, to be exact. And we're here out on this beautiful ranch, and so let's get started.
Yeah, well, it's a special edition because we are on location in the beautiful hills of North Dakota, and we have special guest Brad Krenz and his wife Karen, and also Aaron Rulla, another friend of ours and local rancher. So we are pretty lucky to live in a great state like we are, and also to have such beautiful weather. And today, like we're talking about, we are on a ranch, and we're not at Meg-a-Latte. We're on a ranch, and so what can you tell us about ranching, maybe in general? What is the positives or the funnest things that you do about ranching?
Just you never know what the day is going to bring when you walk out the door. You got a plan, but it could be cows are out or water tank or whatever. You just kind of keeping things running and getting to work outside.
Sometimes you don't know what's going to come at you. Like I think I was visiting with you yesterday. There was a cow out. I don't know where you were, but you said there was a cow out on the highway or on the roads. And
that was this morning. I saw one out, but it wasn't mine. But we had one. Like yesterday, we went to go fencing, and there was one stuck in a water hole. And my son had to swim out there and put a strap around his neck and pull it out. And
wow.
So we still got to deal with that today because she hasn't really got up yet. But
oh wow.
Yeah. So
gotcha. So you got to take care of that today. So that's something that you're not. It's not an everyday thing. And also, we forgot to introduce the horse behind us, a beautiful horse, Doc.
Yep.
Right? And this is your sister's, or now it's part of the Krenz Ranch?
Yep. One of how many do we have?
8.
8 horses.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of 8.
So, you talk about that every day is a new day and have different things coming at you, but what do you enjoy about ranching?
I really like working with cattle, and just gets in your blood, and you like being around them.
Yeah, they're gentle animals, aren't they?
No.
So city boy, I don't know. Yeah, no, not really.
They
Cory.
can be.
Yeah, they
depends
can
on
be.
how you handle them.
Yeah,
they, for the most part, they are. But we do everything on horses out here, pretty much, and we like that. And just seeing the kids grow with that is pretty cool.
Very cool.
That is neat, isn't it? Watching your kids grow up. And Aaron, what can you tell? What do you like and enjoy about ranching?
I like the fact that our cows are tame. I have a pet named Blackie. I give her bread, and she comes running, plows me over. She'll probably look at the camera. Just 2 things. Shut the gates and do not pet a steer when they're mad. They will kick you because I'm paying for it.
So when you say steer, because this is what I'm still learning this and not.
They don't have no balls.
Okay, that's a steer. So what's the other side of it? Like
a bull calf.
A what?
A bull calf.
Bull calf.
Yeah.
See, not terms I'm not used to, but now I'm being on the ranch. I want to learn too. So you ever heard of bull calf?
No.
Okay. So any other those terms that we should be familiar with as we go on this conversation?
Well, a girl calf is a heifer.
Heifer, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Heifer. And I've heard of heifer,
Yes.
cows and stuff,
Yeah.
but bull calf I haven't.
Yep.
Okay, and your ranch is, we're down by.
It's right across where it used to be Pilot, but they have it TA, I think.
Okay,
It's right across from the
North
of Williston.
Yep.
Gotcha. And so let's go into like the challenges of having a ranch, and obviously you kind of mentioned a little bit with getting steers getting mad, and then calf getting away or getting stuck. What other things that come up that like this is a challenge for us?
I think right now it's the oil field being in the area.
Really?
Yeah, trying to ranch around the traffic and people and building locations and changing we just had them build a location on some land over on my dad's ranch that I rent, and they put it right where the waterway comes, so my pond's not going to have water in it.
Oh, okay.
They're saying it will, but I mean the whole waterway is blocked off, so it's not. And plus the fence that goes in, we have to go all the way around to the water that's there, and
a challenge.
just
They need
things like
water.
that.
I mean, you obviously got to have water source.
So, and it oil field always trumps your ranching because the money's there. So they just go in and build wherever they want and do whatever they want.
With your permission, or no?
No, not if the mineral rights supersede the surface rights.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Yep.
Did you know that, Aaron?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's interesting. When you think you have rights and you don't.
Yeah.
Interesting. How about other challenges that you can think of that sometimes come your way? Aaron, did you have?
Snow.
No?
Yeah, when snow's coming, it's gonna go.
That can be a challenge,
Yeah,
especially
ice.
if it's snowing a lot.
Yeah.
And you have to get to your horses and your cattle. And,
Yep.
anything else that?
Karen, how about for you? Like, what's the challenge for being a wife of a rancher?
You know,
You? That's a challenge. Yeah. In itself.
no, I would say just you got to be just ready for change, like Brad mentioned. You know, this weekend we got to communicate a little bit better, but we were working some cattle, and my main job, I did not come from a ranching background either. I was a city girl, so I have learned a lot along the way. Blessed that we had 3 boys, and 2 out of the 3 are definitely in the ranching, want to be ranchers or have a passion for it, which is really great. But I would say just so we were working cattle, and I thought, I had this big meal ready to go, at like noon, 1 o'clock, and Brad's like, no, now we're coming over to our place and we have to work the rest of them, so we won't be eating until 6. And I was like, well, now I don't have lunch for these people, so grabbing anything out of my fridge to throw a quick lunch together to be able to provide for that. Now, when you talked about ranching wives, I don't get down and dirty as much as I have, or should, because of
That's
my
not
background.
quite your role
it isn't
either.
my role.
Yeah.
Exactly right. And we have beautiful friends that come and help out. And so all jobs are taken pretty much too, so, so that's probably what my biggest challenge is sometimes, is just the, you got to be
Change
ready
of
and change up,
plans.
and you got to plans, and
Yeah.
which I've gotten very used to.
The
after
changing
being
schedule
a part of,
or stuff that you got to be really to
and
ad-lib.
people, is there going to be 50 people here, or is there going to be 10 people here?
Yeah.
That truly is, probably one of the biggest as well, because you just can't get a number,
Yeah.
and so I roll with it, and it's beautiful. I love entertaining people. I love having them out here. I love giving people this experience.
Yeah.
Like we had the egg kids out too, and we provide lunch for the egg class when they come out.
Cool.
And Brad educates them on a real ranch, and so it's
so cool.
so I would say that's probably not a big challenge, but it's, for some people it might.
You might just have 10 people stay overnight too.
Yeah.
Cause
And then
Wow.
so
didn't
now
get
you have
done,
breakfast,
so you gotta
and
go the
then
next day. So then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, all these people are staying.
Yep.
You're like, oh,
Yeah, you gotta be
Yeah.
flexible.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
right.
And again, I it's I'd say it's challenging, but at the same breath, it's wonderful.
something you love to do.
It's something I love to do.
And you probably can't understate the value of a wife on a ranch or a farm. I mean, what does she mean to you in this ranch, Brad?
Well, we sure notice it when because we have a house in Williston that when the kids go to school, she kind of moves to town, and we sure notice it a lot.
Yeah.
With lunch.
So-
yeah.
It's nice that she's flexible and very quick to get over my miscommunications.
Yeah. Sometimes men, we have that
Absolutely.
problem. Sometimes that miscommunication. You said something like, the job wasn't done. They had to stay over. So I mean, that's a challenge. It gets dark. I mean, are you done, or what happens there if you're not? How do you navigate that with the darkness?
Depends on where you're at and what you're doing. But
Yeah.
if you're given vaccinations, you pretty much have to finish, because
You just got to get it done.
you can't mix them again, because then you don't know which one's got what and things like that. But if you're just gathering into a pasture or something, you can start over, but in the morning or things like that.
Do you have? Where I live, right on the edge of town, we sometimes hear coyotes. I mean, do you get problem with coyotes, wolves? I mean, what do you have in that area of?
We had a bad coyote problem last spring when we were calving. I'm pretty sure they got 6 to 7 calves. That,
Oh, no kidding.
and we shot a lot of coyotes, and we have thermal night vision that we sit on dead animals and shoot a lot of them. And we have the government trapper. We even have the plane come and fly.
Really?
Federal wildlife comes and flies.
So, I mean, obviously that's taken a hit of your bottom line.
Mhm.
And so the coyotes, I mean, obviously, you know, there's some value in nature and stuff. They take care of rodents. I mean, is there things that they should stick around? I mean, you don't want hundreds of coyotes, but is there reasons to keep coyotes around? Tough question for
I
you.
don't like.
Well,
I'll put it this way: I love coyotes because I respect them.
Yeah.
But they can live somewhere else's ranch. I
Yeah.
would, at our ranch we have down by Trotters, we had the government trapper in there, and he snared 60 in like
Oh, God.
3 weeks on the creek right there where we were cabin. And then I went out and shot 8 after he'd just snared 60. I shot 8 in one night, and
So
then I still saw coyotes all over the place.
Yeah, so you
So there's
think
no shortage. You're not
you're never gonna.
you're not gonna get rid of them, so there's no sense even
Yeah.
talking about
So
it.
there's certainly a challenge. Obviously, I didn't know it was that quite that extent. Let's even obviously we're get back to the ranch and stuff. But what other things do you guys enjoy?
Told you.
That's a great.
Well, we had to stop on the way too, right? I mean,
Shoot, what do we enjoy? Oh, I hunt a lot, I
Yeah.
guess. And
Yeah.
but anymore, I'd probably rather dig in a corner post and go fishing.
Yeah, fishing. You're not a big fisher.
yeah, you were
But
on
I
a trip
go
in
I go to
or
Alaska
something?
and
Oh,
go
yeah.
fishing, but that's
But
more
that's-
for friendship.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy. I mean, it's fun to get out and go, but it's and she likes to travel.
Yep, and we, are like mentioning our sons again. Finn has joined the ranch this year.
Oh,
and
okay.
He is working with. I always say with his dad, but he kind of is working for his dad. So that's been there's nothing better than
Oh yeah, your kids.
watching Sully, Finn, and Brad all round up the cattle and move out pairs, and
Yeah.
Okay.
it's a great feeling that your kids are out here in the fresh air and doing, some hard work. So,
Yeah, getting a taste of how it is to learn to run a ranch and
Yeah, and
that's
problem solve constantly, and
Yeah.
One
work
good
with
thing
animals
about
and-
like ranching and him working here is this morning he's out tracking a deer that he hit with his bow. He's down in a big canyon right now looking for that. So
Oh yeah,
that's a pretty good
Fin-
job
Finn
for
is.
him. Yeah.
you agree with that, I bet, huh, Buck? Buck, right?
No,
Doc, not Buck. He's looking for a
Buck
buck.
is way more ranchy though.
Yeah.
Buck is way more ranchy.
How about you, Aaron? What do you like to do other than ranching?
I don't know if I should say that.
I do know you like Marvel movies.
Yeah,
and-
Marvel movies, scary movies, politics. I love God. I love this country.
Beautiful.
And I'm hoping and praying that Trump wins.
But yeah, and I
Got a plug.
yeah, that's okay. We all have that right to
Mhm.
to have our political candidate, and
Yeah.
there's no problem with that. I appreciate you saying that.
Mm-hmm.
The let's got anything else on that? Let's go to this area. What advice would you give young people today? Anyone of you guys? You go for it.
Don't wear shorts. Don't wear shoes. Wear steel-toed boots. Wear jeans. And don't have your hands up in the air.
What's this get? Why? Why is
Because that kind of scares the cows.
Oh, gotcha. When you're on a ranch.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I did that when I was little.
Yeah.
So
And
that's a yep.
You got to be quiet.
Well, I noticed
Some
when I was hunting a couple years ago, I ran into a moose and a calf, and that's what I did. I had my gun up in the air, and he took off, or she took off.
Yeah.
So it worked.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how about, other than, you can, certainly mention the ranch and stuff, but what advice would you give to young people from both of you?
I would say just try and make one thing better every day.
Like it. Yeah. Yeah. That's
And
good
get
advice.
teary-eyed. Yeah.
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 I love that. That's how I coached, and 1% better. Let's get 1% better. But what you said, that's good.
Get that out of the way and then do another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
You got anything
Well,
else? It's tough to top. That's tough.
I know, and this sounds cheesy, but smile at people, make
Oh,
people
yeah.
feel important.
Yeah.
You know, makes a real difference in the world just by, you know, making someone's day, saying hi. You know,
That's-
in high school, I tried to do that in the hallway all the time. You know, is just making someone's day by smiling and saying hi because it shows you care. So
It's so true. So true. That smile and that kindness, and that's part of, I think, your.
That's our mission at Meg-a-Latte.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that kindness.
Yeah.
Smile there, she's got it. And I don't even know if we talked about our drinks yet,
That's okay.
but I
We all
got
have-
my.
we all have
We'll
coffee.
talk about it because Meg-a-Latte coffee is the best, of course. I got a caramel or salted caramel mocha. That's
Never
Wow.
changes.
Dang, that's
Oh.
delicious.
What did you get today, Karen?
A vanilla latte with honey and brown sugar.
Oh,
in it.
that
And
sounds-
cinnamon. The cinnamon is the best.
Yeah, that sounds good.
A mocha with cream.
Wasn't it the part of the one of the month or special of the month?
Nope. My son Blake had the special of the month was Meg's pecan pie.
Meg's pecan
Ooh,
pie,
yummy.
and you had a caramel or what?
Caramel mocha.
Caramel
Or no,
macchiato.
caramel
Macchiato.
macchiato. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what Shells gets me.
Gotcha. And Megan, what did
Yep.
you have today?
Just Americano.
Amer-
There you
Americano.
go. There
In
you go.
America,
Straight up.
right on. Sounds good. Well, let's go into this, and this is, I think, a tough thing because with you, if you're not in family has a ranch, what advice or recommendation would you give to someone wanting to get into ranching who doesn't have family? How is there a way?
Wow.
Marry into it. I hope they got mineral rights.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just
And land,
a lot
yeah.
of people, I think, tend and like the farming idea or the ranching idea, and maybe both of them. But is there a way anymore? And what you said is probably certainly the easiest
Yeah.
to marry into it. But is there other ways anymore?
I think
I-
you're working for just.
I know a guy that was a young guy, and I helped him get started with just a farmstead because he couldn't get a loan, and he paid me back for that, and it's kept going, and he's up to 250 head now, and
Wow.
he's renting a lot of land.
Yeah.
Wow.
So to buy land and go ranching right now, it's kind of tough because you've got people aren't buying them to ranch; they're buying them for fun, and if there's any kind of wildlife on it, you got your doctors and lawyers, and the rich guys are kind of buying them, and then
Kind of push
But-
the small guy out.
a guy that wants to buy, I mean, the numbers don't work for what they're asking for the ranches.
Yeah.
We got lucky on this one when we right at the right time, but it did work that way. But he's renting a lot of land and he's buying some, and he's in a real competitive area. But I mean, it's possible. He did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on the
yes.
250 really good cows
yes.
and doing good.
I like what you said. It's just possible, and I agree with that. If you really want something, I think you mentioned if you want to work for somebody,
Yeah,
or
absolutely. Yep.
somebody will take
There's
you
a lot
on.
of people that need help and need ranch hands, and so that's a great foot in the door as well.
Yeah. To learn the system
Yeah.
anyway.
Yep.
Aaron, do you have something to?
Not really.
It's okay. We'll switch gears a little bit. I've known you for a long. Karen, I actually probably known you longer.
Yep,
Going to
yep,
Minot
yep.
and getting braces worked on and
Yep.
stuff. But Brad, I've also known you a long time, and I know you've been part of kids and wrestling and coaching. So for quite a while. What advice would you give to Wilson High School wrestlers at this time?
It's time to start grinding. It's that time of year, and they've been grinding all summer too and working. And we're actually going to try and have a little mini camp. I'm going to roll a mat out over here. I'm going to clean that hay up in the crowd there, and we're having one in October right
Oh
here.
yeah.
Awesome.
Just a little
That's awesome.
team bonding weekend, and we can win it this year. It's very possible, but we got to get super dedicated and get going.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's cool. And when you say when a wrestler, to me, it's such a team thing because you're helping each other get better. But if that one person does not dedicate, it throws things off a little bit.
Yeah.
And what do they have to have? They have the mental focus. And what is that in line? What do they have to focus on to be a good wrestler?
You kind of got to be obsessed, and everybody says don't get obsessed, but you kind of have to get completely obsessed to where people are thinking you're crazy,
Yeah.
and then you're right.
Yeah.
When people say you're crazy, you're right where you need to be, and then you should just get a little more obsessed after that.
Yeah. It's good advice in so many things, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we need to do, is get obsessed, and I know the coaches are right now, and we just lost our head coach. He went to Jamestown College to be a coach, which was his aspiration, but we've got the staff to get this done right now, and
Yeah, I
gonna go do
obviously
it.
know him, and he's a great young man and a young guy, and seemed to be a great coach too, and wish him the best. And I'm sure you'll do great at University of Jamestown.
Yep.
Do you remember the fourth grade
Oh, no.
flag football
I knew this
championship?
was coming up. After I trained you how to be a winning coach, and then you took off and got your own team and beat me.
I had to bring it up.
Is this like football?
Flag
Okay.
football. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was probably the regional. I don't know, maybe the Midwestern. It was like multiple state championship, wasn't it?
Oh, I think it was city, but yeah.
Yeah, that
Fourth
was
grade city.
That's
Oh,
right.
that was so.
Yeah, that was fun. The
That
year
was
before,
Beat me with my own plays.
yeah. The year before we had fun together. Then we played against each other. That was fun.
And my son dropped a touchdown pass at the last play.
And that would have beat us.
Yeah. So I don't love him as much.
Well, it was the plays that you taught me from the year before. But
Oh, that's great.
I
Great.
also want to talk about, when you have on a ranch, you got to get gloves, right?
Yes, sir.
And when you put them on, you got to make sure they're on tight. And then when you wrap them up like this, is that
Yeah.
good? Is
Yeah,
that
that's
You
good.
wrap them around the
That's
four
good.
legs or
Yeah.
three, like that.
Yeah,
Is that good?
Yeah.
Can you demonstrate for me too?
Yeah,
Is that-
yep.
Are you wrapping like a calf leg? Or
Well,
like,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
it's a calf,
If you're
right?
tying
Yeah.
down a calf,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, on a calf.
I don't use gloves.
And not that I want
You
to
don't
point
use
this out, but you do have two different gloves on.
Oh,
Which is no, I just have to say, which is very ranchy as well.
is it?
We
You just-
are missing thousands of right-hand gloves. We only have left-hand because you take it off to do work, and then
You lose it.
lose it. And so we have multiple mismatched pairs as well, except mostly we try to jam a right hand in a left glove.
So if there's any
Best you
ranchers out
can.
there that only have a left arm because they lost their right arm, I'll buy all your right hands.
Would
It's true. That is true.
Would it be safe to say that she is your right hand man on this ranch, though?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
Wow.
She is. She's pretty good support and doesn't question or make me doubt my decisions and lets me go with. I actually bought this ranch without really asking her.
Oh,
So
the truth is coming out.
And he did not have a job.
Oh,
He
Wow.
had quit his job.
yeah,
This
that's
is a
true.
great story. Yeah,
had
you
the-
had quit your job, and I had just had a baby. Sully was born in 2008, September, and we bought this place in November.
I just was going to look at it and she comes in. Oh, how'd the ranch look? I go, pretty good. I bought it.
Yeah.
She's like, I go, are you mad? She goes, well, I'd at least like to look at it.
Yeah, there's
Pretty
a
big
house.
purchase.
There's a house on
But
it,
it
and I
needed to be
thought,
done that day.
oh, great. What does this house look like? It's an old farmhouse probably, and it turned out to be beautiful. So, yeah,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
blessed. We are
Yeah.
very blessed.
Yeah, what a
God is
wonderful,
good.
what a
Yep.
wonderful
Yep.
place. Aaron, how about you? Who's your right hand man? Your dad runs the
Yeah,
ranch, and would you say you're the right hand man on your ranch?
yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Is there anything else we want to tell the viewers out there to really inform them about ranching and anything we've missed today?
Oh.
I'd just say be aware of your property rights, because when you think you're just taking them from big landowners, it trickles down to homeowners and even renters. Property rights is the big thing that's under attack right now
Very much so.
all over the world, but especially that's what separates the United States from every other country is our property rights.
Yeah.
Because we have solid property rights.
So true. I'm glad you bring that up because I think people overlook that,
Yeah.
especially city folk. And that's a huge statement. What were you going to add?
Yeah.
Aaron?
Don't stand behind a cow, or they might kick you. I haven't done that because
Or a
my
horse.
cows or a horse. because cows are pretty. Our cows are pretty pretty tame. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they seen you had something in your hand, they'd be like, "I want it too."
But you get attached to them, don't
Yeah,
you? I've heard you talking about them before.
Yeah.
So how many do you have, Aaron? I guess.
20.
Okay.
I got one cow named Blackie. She's
Yeah.
well, she can be
Yeah.
good, and then sometimes she can be in pain in the butt.
Sassy.
Yeah.
Like every cow.
She goes like this.
Well, with that, obviously here in City Folk, we appreciate you ranchers and providing for the community and the area and the farmers out there.
Yes.
It's not said enough. I know Megan and Meg-a-Latte appreciate the people out there, and so from Meg-a-Latte, we thank you, and thank you for
Thanks for coming
letting us come out to
Yeah,
your
Thanks for
ranch.
the caramel macchiato.
Yeah, and thank you for definitely having us on.
Okay, well,
Can I say it?
yeah, go ahead.
No, it's the last thing I want to say.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
okay.
Well, let's sign. Anything else, Megan?
I don't think so. Thanks for having us out here.
Yeah,
It's such
thanks,
a
Brad.
beautiful
Yeah.
Ranch.
Yeah.
I might have to hop on that
Horse.
horse over
We
there.
got to get a picture of that. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Okay, Buck. Not
We'll
Buck.
see.
Duck.
Duck. No, not Duck. 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 He looks.
I don't know why.
I don't think you're gonna make it on the ranch.
I don't know why I said duck.
Tell you to go grab Doc and come back with a buck or something else.
Well, we're signing out. Thanks, Meg-a-Latte. Have a wonderful weekend and
Stay classy, Williston, North Dakota.
all right.